You know how when some dude or bro or best bud you ain't seen in a long time comes up on your blind side and firmly but affectionately punches you in the shoulder to get your attention and goes, "Hey man, how's it going, buddy? Where you been hiding yourself lately, pal?" Annoying, yes, but sometimes the unwanted attention is paradoxically a welcome distraction. In the recent pandemic's lockdown and subsequent abandonment of our global urban centers, the planet's animal kingdom has inherited the Earth. Abandoned canals of Venice now teem with life. Swan flocks cruise the waterways. Fish are visible in the clear waters. A pulsating jellyfish was captured on videotape. Wild boars roam the empty streets of Barcelona, Spain. Wild goats scramble down cobblestones in Welsh villages. Grizzly bears carouse on the two-lane blacktops of Yellowstone. Lions bask on tarmacs, warmed by the absorbed solar heat out in Kruger National Park, South Africa. Gangs of starving baboons war on the highways outside Thai temples where the tourists fail to appear for weeks to feed them. And nobody but us homeless, deranged, drug-addled derelicts lounge about on park benches in Union Square. Nobody to feed the fat, lazy, greedy pigeons and those peanut panhandling squirrels now that generous New Yorkers hunker down inside their isolated apartments and refuse to feed them. True wildlife has also returned to New York City parks in the absence of tourists. Red-capped downy woodpeckers born to the shaggy barks of flowering dogwood trees, searching for fat, fresh, young beetle grubs. Tan and gray long-tailed mourning doves scavenge for discarded cracker crumbs alongside their domesticated cousins. And the red-tailed hawk soars above the crusty kids camped out in Tompkins Square, predating on wayward sewer rats, fool enough to show their ratty little snouts during daylight hours. So, I'm sprawled across a park bench, Union Square, watching pigeons and squirrels starve to death, when some red fox-furred squirrel leaps into my lap, staring desperately into my eyes. "Get the fuck out of here! I ain't your daddy!" swatting him off my thigh. I suppose his pleading look was merely his plea for one last roasted-in-the-shell planter's peanut, and not my anthropomorphic interpretation of his need for paternal love and appreciation. Either way, I was in no mood to be his enabler of any kind. "You really want me to believe that story?" my psychiatrist challenged me after I related this tale to her during our subsequent session. "Look, Doc, when I got home that evening, I found his buddy little squirrel paw prints. I could have taken his tiny rodent fingerprints off of them to prove it to you. And then, on my 52nd straight day of violating the state-mandated lockup, strictly observed by my more paranoid New York City compatriots, sitting in the rain on a Union Square park bench beneath the sheltering boughs of an American elm arbor, contemplating the pigeons dropping dead from starvation on the paths in front of me, I feel that familiar, firm, but affectionate blow to my left shoulder, turning about, expecting to greet the happy gaze of some long-lost frat bro, blast from the past, or some panhandling bum, or beggarly crusty kid soliciting "spare change, big guy," only to behold nothing, nobody, no one on this bench seat next to me. That is until, glancing at the park bench behind me, to see the self-same red fox fur squirrel perched by my head, tiny rat hands clenched in fists of rage, ill-tempered frown plastered on his tiny rodent puss. It was he, the fuzzy-tailed rat, who had just punched me in my shoulder to wordlessly get my attention. "Hey, where the fuck is my fucking roasted-in-the-shell planter's peanuts you promised me the last time I saw you? Get the fuck out of my face, you tree-climbing little sewer rat, you, before I skin you alive and make a toupee out of your hide and tape it to William Shatner's bald spot. And still, I ain't your daddy, so just fuck off, you little annoying asshole, you."